All right, we bring in now Texas Senator Ted Cruz. All right, either he's hearing it differently than I am, or I'm hearing it the right way, and I didn't really hear him wanting to deal with the stated positions of the leaders of this party and this movement.
Yeah. Yeah, look, what is amazing is that interview, that may be the second bravest Democrat in the entire party. John Fetterman has shown extraordinary courage. I appreciate John's courage. I appreciate Jared Polis coming on and saying socialism is wrong. I don't see other Democrats saying that. That much I'm grateful for. But at the same time, you could see when you asked him, hey, your party hates Israel, right? His immediate response was, well, I hate Netanyahu. I mean, that suddenly he realizes the angry radicals in his party will get mad if he says something positive about Israel. And that's the fundamental challenge. Listen, what Governor Polis said to you right there is true. Most Democrats, let's say in Congress today, they're not socialists today, but they are terrified of the socialists. And socialist is not even the right term. These DSA radicals are communists. They're open Marxists. They're calling for ripping up the Constitution. They're calling for abolishing the United States Senate. They're calling for the House of Representatives to appoint the President and the Supreme Court. They are calling for property confiscation. They are calling for government ownership of companies and taking over the economy. This is, if you look across the globe, whether it is communist China or communist Soviet Union or communist Cuba or communist North Korea, communism produces misery, poverty, suffering, and death. And the dynamic we've got is most of the Democrats, they don't fully agree with it right now, but they're looking at their party and they're saying, the young people, the crazies, the radicals, the energy, the money, that's where it is, and not a one of them is willing to say, these people are bat crap crazy.
They're cowering in fear, and I've said it many nights.
Yep.
Their silent
Yes.
senator is deafening here. And to me, this is a lost opportunity. And in the process, I would argue, by being quiet, they are complicit. By being complicit, they have lost the soul of their party. We know Chuck Schumer will never speak out against it. We know Hakeem Jeffries will never speak out against it because they know, whether they know it or not, their days are numbered anyway. They're done. And many are even campaigning on throwing them out. So I don't see how they survive in the long run. So capitulating and cowering in fear is not going to work either.
Chuck Schumer, I believe, can never again win a Democrat primary in New York. I think he will not even run for re-election. I've joked that Schumer will be the inaugural member of the AOC for president campaign because he's terrified AOC will primary him.
I don't think it's a joke.
Now I don't think no, it's not a joke.
There's a poll out today that has her winning.
In New Hampshire, she's the #1 Democrat candidate in the country in New Hampshire. That's today's poll. I think she'll run for president. I don't think she will run for Senate, but I'm going to make a prediction for you, Sean. My prediction is Comrade Mamdani will be the next Democrat senator from New York, that Mamdani will replace Schumer. I think Mamdani is the single most powerful Democrat in the country. And I got to say, by the way, there are some Republicans that are celebrating. This is great. Our opponents are crazy. That's going to help us. I want to say for the record, I'm not celebrating. I think this is bad for the country. I think this is unhealthy. I want to see two normal parties that are not filled with crazy people who can actually do something reasonable and who actually love the country. Okay, if a Democrat likes some higher taxes and higher regulations, I don't like that. But could we start with the premise that you love America? And the problem is these communist radicals, they not only don't love America, they hate America. If you're a small business owner, they hate you. If you're a Christian, they hate you. If you're a Jew, they hate you. That is dangerous. And I don't like to see, look, in history, we've always had a pendulum from one party to the other. Unfortunately, there's going to come a time when the Democrats are back in power. And I think it's really dangerous if the Democrat who gets back in power, and I hope that's not for a very long time, it's dangerous if that Democrat is an open communist who aspires to be Mao or Stalin or Fidel Castro. these are the people driving today's Democrat Party.
You know, history shows us that this happens often. It showed up in many forms, under many names, manifestations, always ends the same. And unfulfilled promises, more poverty than when you began, a loss of freedom, and then very powerful people that you empowered to take money from one group, redistribute it to another group. That's dangerous, Senator. We appreciate you being with us. Thank you, Senator. All right, thanks for watching. Check out my new podcast, Hanging Out with me, Sean Hannity. The big interviews, the debates you won't get anywhere else. Like and subscribe for new episodes every Tuesday and Thursday.